Hi, today we're going to show you a quick and easy way of fixing a mistake in your knitting, and both in terms of picking up a stitch or dropping down to where you've made a mistake in a column of stitches as opposed to tinking back a bunch of rows. Now, we are only going to show you how to fix a mistake or drop down and pick up a drop stitch in stockinette stitch. Now, in this particular case, if you notice real close, in this piece of stockinette stitch, I accidentally made a purl stitch instead of a knit stitch, and so it shows up as a mistake. Now, we will also show you how to drop, if you've dropped a stitch and it's laddered down a little bit, we'll show you how to pick that up as well. If you're going to correct a stitch, and both of them use the same technique, and they use just a simple crochet hook to be able to do it. So if you've made a mistake in a row lower than the one that you're on, and you don't want to tink back all those rows, all you have to do is knit over to the column of stitches over the mistake. And so you see the mistake is in this column. And so if you just follow the stitches up, it will bring you right up. And then what you're going to do is actually drop the top stitch of that column. And you're going to pull out the stitches down to that mistake and create what we call ladders. Now, this also happens when you drop a stitch. So if you accidentally drop a stitch and it ladders down like this, all you need to do is pick up the most recently active stitch with your crochet hook, and then one at a time, reach underneath the ladder and pull it through. Reach underneath the ladder and pull it through. Reach underneath the ladder, pull it through. Reach underneath the ladder and pull it through. Reach underneath the ladder, pull it through, all the way up that column of stitches. And then put it back on your needle with the right leg of the stitch forward and the back leg of the stitch back, or the left leg of the stitch back. And then you can just continue knitting on. Now again, if you've dropped a stitch later on, and you don't have to drop down, it's already laddered for you. And so you just get to that point in your knitting and ladder up those stitches as you will. If you've made a mistake in the reverse stockinette part of a row, the secret to that is turn it over this direction and make sure you pick up your ladders from this direction. It's a lot easier to pick it up from what looks like the front of a knit stitch. And so that's where you do it for that. Hope this is helpful, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks.